When it comes to marriage and relationship, the main focus has to do with financing. Now let's move straight into a feature interview. Oh, so everybody's literally smiling in the studio, asking that big question. You say, what I bring it to the table? Someone is saying, I'll bring I'll bring a plate, I'll bring a cup, and all the quite funny conversations we have right here. But today, joining us to help us discuss this topic, we have Prophet Moses BENNISAN. He is the founder of Family Altar Ministry located at East Legon. So he's right here to help us delve into the conversation. But the topic here is, who should be financially responsible in a relationship? Who should be financially responsible in a relationship? Shared duty or sole obligation? So let's talk to Prophet Moses and find out from him. Good morning, Prophet.
Good morning. It's good to see you.
We're humbled having you.
Yes, and you make the day look beautiful.
We do appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
We
We
really
appreciate.
I want to give a shout out to my wife and all the members of Family Altar. Lady Joyce, Family BENNISAN, how are you?
Great,
Yes.
great,
She's
great.
excited to see you in here. Right, so the big question, let's dive right into that. When it comes to responsibilities in a relationship, whose role is it? Before we come to whether it is shared or it's a sole thing for someone to do. When it comes to relationship, talking about responsibility, finding a buffet.
I'm sure this question has always been a major issue for discussion. But we'll take it from the biblical perspective because it's God's, marriage is God's idea.
Okay.
And so, from biblical perspective, the Bible says that the man who does not provide for his family, he is as good as an infidel. So, from biblical perspective and in the mind of God, it is the responsibility and the duty of the man to provide for his wife and for his family. That cannot be negotiated.
Okay.
Right.
I tell people that before you marry, there are certain key things that you must consider. And they are in terms of R. The first R is relationship. Your relationship with God. The second R is residence. God placed the man in the garden. So when he had a relationship with God, it led to God giving him a residence. So God gave a residence. The third thing is that God gave him a garden to take care of. That garden is meant to feed them responsibility. So it is the man's duty to have adequate relationship with God. He must also ensure that he is able to house his family. And then he must be able to feed his wife and his children. But look at it. Before God brought a wife to the man, he gave him work. Why did God give him work? He gave him work so that he can provide for his family.
Right.
When the wife came, God said, God never called Eve a woman or even a wife. God said, I am bringing to you a helper who is suitable to help you. So the woman comes as a helper to help the man succeed in life. So the more men are successful, the easier it becomes for them to play their role and responsibility of taking care of their family and their children, etc. The challenge is when you have a wife who is not helping you. When you have a wife who is full of drama. When you have a wife and your everything start falling apart, then it becomes a challenge. That's where the problem begins from.
Right.
Yeah.
Prophets, I want to find out something, right? I like the fact that you touched on that thing because it was sounding in my ears so bad. See, we can have a very beautiful marriage. We share, not necessarily sharing responsibilities.
Yes.
You get married to a beautiful woman, you have your home, kids are in there, everything is intact. But life happens sometimes.
Yeah.
And things can take a total turn.
Perfect.
Now the man actually doesn't have anything to provide to the family, and it becomes a problem. And now even with our society, oh, Bema Nijuma say, mean to me now, say mean to me. You know that kind of conversation that happens.
Yes.
At a point whereby things are not going as planned for the man, and he doesn't have what he's supposed to be feeding the home. What should be the role of the woman in the home? Should she leave? Should she stay? And also help build the home? I just want to find out that.
Option one.
So, the wedding vow. There are a lot of people who come to us, me as a pastor, they will come to you and say that we want to construct our own wedding vow.
Yeah.
And we want to take out for poorer out. It should be for richer for richer. But the wedding vow states that for poorer for richer.
Okay.
In good times and in bad times. But there are people who try to shy away from that. The reason why they want to shy away from them, they are ready for the sweetness, but they are not ready when it is bitter. If you're not ready for the bitter, to stand with the man in difficult times and in challenges times, please, you don't have any business being in that man's life during his good times. Because there is a reason why God brings two people together. The Bible says two are better than one. When one is down, the other will lift him up. So God brought us together to live our lives together so that when I am down and I am in my difficult times, you will stand with me, encourage me, help me so I can stand on my feet again. That is why God brings two people together. So if you cannot be when things are not well, then you don't have a business being there when things are well.
Right. Thank you so much, man of God. You've spoken to us concerning marriage, and now we know that the guys, it is your responsibility. So the chop money, it is your matter, or it's not us anymore. So we will save our money for the wigs. You can get the art, these nails and beauty. Then you use the money for the upkeeping. But let's talk about us, the singles. You know, you said before marriage there should be a relationship. That means I need to get to know the man before I say I do on the set day. So let's talk about us, the singles, that we are courting or in a relationship with someone, and the financial responsibility. How can couples decide on who takes the lead regarding financial matters in a
that
relationship?
Is not in us singles.
Yes,
not
singles,
yet married.
yes. I'm in a relationship with someone. We are not married yet.
You are not married. There is no financial responsibility at all. There are people who make mistake. You are not married to the person. You are paying school fees. You are not married to the person. You are paying rent. You have broken heart. I don't know if.
Are you trying to insinuate that you don't have to give anything to the woman, or even vice versa?
You see, there's a difference between responsibility. If I give you money, it's charity, humanitarian grounds.
Right.
I want to just be nice to you, but I don't have any responsibility financially towards you. You see, the reason why when relationship end, and it doesn't end in marriage, people get broken heart, and it's painful, is that they have invested more than they are supposed to in the relationship. So relationship is not a housing corporation. You are not the one to house the lady. It's the father's responsibility. It's the parents' responsibility to pay the school fees of the child. The day you pay bride price and they hand over their daughter to you, from that day you have taken full responsibility over that young lady's life. From there, everything depends on you. But until then, everything you do, you're on your own.
Prof, I want to find out this whole thing, right? Sometimes some people have a plan. Okay, Nanacha, I'm going to live with her. We are definitely going to get married.
Yes.
So it looks like it's just a starter. We're trying to make it a building ground. Okay, let me start giving her money. Let me start doing that responsibilities I would be doing when I move into marriage. So would you say that pre-responsibilities are not supposed to be done at all.
Once you begin to perform the responsibilities of a husband before you get married, you also expect her to play the responsibilities of a wife before you get married. You want to sleep with her. There are people who want the money, but when the men demand for the wife responsibilities, they don't want to. But once the man is performing husband duties and responsibilities, then he expects the woman also to perform wife responsibilities and duties. What are the responsibilities of a wife? You go home, you go and wash. But we tell people, when you are courting, it's not time for you to do sleepovers and be washing and be cleaning. It's not time for you to be cooking. So people ask that, okay, so how will I know she can cook? How will I know she can cook? You go to visit her at home. So when you go to visit her in her father's home, you observe what she is doing. If she's cooking there, you will know. If she's sweeping there, you will know. If she's not doing any of those things, then you know that she is not a marriage material. But don't play, you are not under any obligation to play husband role when you have not yet become a husband. And the lady also is not at any point obligated to play wife duties when she has not yet become a wife. So there are processes and there are stages. Number one, acquaintance. We get to know each other. Then from there, it moves to dating. Dating is to see whether we can live together. Dating. So we go out for date. We spend time together. When we have differences, how do we resolve them? I'm watching how her expending behavior is. So you take her to a restaurant to have dinner. Yesterday, I was telling the people in the church, a lot of people miss it because a young man who is considering marrying you takes you for lunch or dinner. There you want to show him that you know how to order food. The first thing, do you have golden prawns? Do you have calamari? Do you have, that's when your grammar comes in. You want to prove him. It's a meal, but you have the table is more than a buffet table. So I tell the young ladies, when you are dating, the guy takes you out. Let him order first. Let him order. If you order fried rice and chicken, order fried rice and chicken, or order jollof and chicken.
Prophets.
Yes. Because you see, at that point, he wants to see if both of you think alike. But if you want to prove to him that you did, after that outing, he might not.
Yeah, it's a goodbye.
It's a goodbye.
Why should it be a goodbye, Prophet? I mean, you take me out on a date.
Yes.
And I don't have to eat what you eat just because I'm trying to score good points in your books. Let me eat what I want to eat. And why should that be the basis of you seeing if we think alike? And I think being with someone that you share same sentiments with will just make the relationship boring, if you ask me. If we agree on the same thing, if we have the same color, if we believe in the same thing, I think it makes the relationship boring. Because at the end of the day, like posts, they repel. You see, like posts
not to banter. It looks like this is going to be an argument. I think to respond to what she's saying, right?
Yes.
Sometimes we want something so bad. Definitely, probably you might like this guy so much.
Yes.
And you're also doing everything to be in the good books of him.
Right.
And I believe being in a relationship or being in a marriage is all about you squeezing in to fit in.
Yes, that's
because you are building a future.
Yes.
So I feel sometimes you need to adjust.
You have to
the
make
situation.
sacrifices. You have to adjust.
Yeah.
Okay. There are situations where you can have your way, but there are situations there is nothing you can do about it except to adjust. Once you want it, God has, because you see, until both, no matter how long it takes for both of you to steady yourself. Suppose I'm studying here 3 years, I'm studying here 4 years, I'm studying here. Listen, you can study a man or a woman 10 years and still not know the person.
Yes, that's very true.
And you will never know the person. So what you do is that you just have to be willing to make the sacrifice to have it the way you want it. What God gave women is called influence. What God gave men is called authority. So a woman with influence is more powerful than a man with authority. But so this is the difference. Okay. Samson was very authoritative, very powerful. But a woman knew the right time. When she put Samson to become like as feeble as a tortoise, as feeble as a lamb. So I tell people that for the marriage to be exciting, it is not the food you eat on a one-day date, because at the end of the day, you're going to have that, you're going to occupy that space your whole lifetime. And you see, God will not give you a perfect man, but the man who is coming knows what he wants. And if you get into his heart, you can now turn him the way you want it.
All right. We are basing this conversation on us, the single squad, because it's quite debatable when it comes to, being in a relationship with a man, dating him. Most of us women feel like once you are dating me, you need to take care of the bills. You need to take care of the bills. You need to get me, all those things. So let me find out from you. We're getting to know each other. In the future, we want to get married.
Yes.
Would you encourage us having financial discussions as part of our routine in the relationship? Would you encourage us to discuss our finance, how much I make, how much he does? Would you want us to have such conversations in a relationship?
Yes, it's very important. But that discussion really begins when you have made a decision, I want to settle with this person. So from dating, you move to courtship. Now, at the courtship level, I have decided that it's you I want to marry. Irrespective of your mistakes, your faults. I like this about you, I don't like it about you. But it's you I want. At that point, you have to make all the sacrifices to tolerate the other side of the person because you've made the decision. So over there now, you have to determine the things you discuss. A lot of people don't know the right thing to discuss when they are courting. I have a friend, they are courting, and when they meet, oh, how is your dog? Oh, how is your cat? Is your cat well? Oh, how is your auntie? They virtually have nothing to talk about. And then when they visit each other, the next thing they put on the TV, they start discussing things on TV.
Yeah, I'm giving UK vibes, but America is not bad. It's not bad.
So that's where you really have very critical discussions. But many people don't know how to bring up that conversation. Sometimes the women feel like, oh, he would think I'm desperate. So let me just leave it. Meanwhile, you have an opinion. I say that. I was talking to a lady a few days ago. I said, she's been dating this young man. The young man proposed to her a year ago. But then they've never discussed wedding date. They've never discussed engagement. They've never discussed any of those things. And then she came to talk to me. And I said, listen, at this point, you have the right to bring up all those discussions. And she said, he's always quiet. I say, yes, but you now, he has told you he wants to marry you. You should be able to have those discussions. She said, where do I start from? I said, when is his birthday? He said, his birthday is March. I said that in March, book him in advance. Tell him that I want to spend time with you. Either breakfast, lunch, or dinner. You and him. Bear the cost. And then, whilst you are enjoying, bring up, so what is the plan for this year? 2025. I wish I can get married in November. I wish I can get married in December. Have that conversation, because now you are part of the relationship. So you should be able to have that conversation. It's very important. So she was saying something. Let me address that. The lady, you must also see the man who is dating you. If he is stingy, and you have seen that we are courting, we are dating, and he's stingy, okay, it should be part of the red flags. Yes, because as much as the man doesn't have a financial responsibility towards you, it doesn't mean that he should be stingy towards you.
Okay.
Yes,
I
it should
like
never
what you
be.
touched on.
Know how to give gift. Know the things that makes her happy. So when I was growing, there was a lady I was interested in. So I bought a golden tree chocolate. In fact, I got out of a trotro, went to look for it, and I got it, bought it. In my mind, I was so happy, like I'm going to give her something. So when I visited her, the first thing was that I said, I have a gift for you, surprise. And I gave to her. She looked at me some way, and then she took it. She said, thank you. So later when I was leaving there, she called me aside and said, I like to be generous towards the woman you said you love. Because wherever there is love, there are gifts. For God love.
Cheerful giver.
Yes. For God loved the world so that he gave his only. So when you love somebody,
You give.
the evidence is given.
Given.
I love you, but I have nothing to give to you. If I have the whole world, I would have given it to you. Please, if it's chocolate, start with chocolate.
But the foreign one.
Foreign one.
No, I want to find out now in our era with the young generation, why is it very difficult to discuss financial issues, matters when it comes to relationship? As Nanecha stated, sometimes you need to get to know your partner, how much he or she is earning, a salary, how they spend their money and all that. Why do you think we find it very difficult to discuss finance in our relationship?
I think men don't like relinquishing their independence.
Okay.
He feels that when you get to know everything about him, like it makes him vulnerable. So he wants to keep some things to himself. Number two, we also like to protect our ego. So I'm earning 2,500. If I let her know, if she meets someone who is earning more than me, won't she leave me? Because coming into the relationship, you have given her vibes. You've told her that, listen, you are the queen of my castle. I will cause you to travel the world around. You are the sugar in my tea. I am available for you. Everything you want, I'm here to do it for you. And then you now have to portray that you don't have, and this is all you have. So a lot of men feel like that. They feel if you know everything about them, then they've relinquished their power and that authority to be independent to you. But a lot of things have evolved. Our mothers didn't used to have that problem. Our fathers didn't want to. They used to have, because predominantly they go to the farm, they work from the farm, they come, the man is the sole provider. But things have evolved. There are 5 different ways by which this is looked at. The first one is the 50-50 people.
Okay.
The 50-50 people, they say that we gotta split it. We pay the bills 50-50. We pay the rent 50-50. And regardless of their individual incomes, this method can work well if both partners earn similar salaries and prefer to share financial responsibilities. I call this one co-tenant.
Co-tenant.
Okay. Yes. Then the number 2, income-based percentage. Income-based percentage. With this method, each partner contributes to shared expenses based on their income. So if your income is, for instance, you are earning 1,000 cedis and the other person is earning 500, so the other person brings 300, I earn 1,000, I bring maybe probably 500, or I bring more because I earn more. So that one is and it's an agreement. Okay. Then there is the roommate approach. Which couples employing this strategy treat their relationship like a roommate situation. They split all expenses down the middle and keep their incomes and finances largely separate.
Right.
So that is that one. So we have a middle way. A middle way. So you do this, I do this, you do this, I do this, you do this, I do this. But this one is mine. You can't come into this. You don't have place in this. This is my money. So there is a money on the table. Whose money is it? It's mine. You can't touch it. If you touch it, you are owing me. You are owing me. Then the last one, yours and mine approach. Yours and mine approach is that they have joint account, then they have individual account. So yours comes into that account, mine goes into that account. That is what we use for all the expenses in the house. If that is exhausted, then you bring, I also bring, put into that one. That is it. When it comes to money, it is the reason why most couples divorce. Okay. But the women love money. If you don't know what to give your wife, give her money. What else? Add money. What else? Add more money.
Hey.
Okay.
So, it's interesting. So it's very fair. It's very fair that we have a joint account and also have separate accounts.
Yes.
So meaning, there's still some sort of privacy in there.
Oh,
yes. Yes. There's privacy in there. Okay. But there is a privacy because we have not understood the meaning of marriage. You can't be in a marital space and still want to maintain private. In the night, you enter her private part. You know all her private part. You know everything about her. So why do you want to keep your money private? There is nothing private in a marriage situation. In a boyfriend-girlfriend situation, there has to be privacy.
Yeah.
But in marriage, the Bible said they were naked and they were not ashamed. Nakedness talks about transparency. Because wherever there is no transparency, there can never be trust.
Right, right. So now I know the various types. I have the 50-50, the co-tenants, the roommates, and our savings, and I have mine as well. Let's talk about long-distance relationships and finance, especially where the man has the upper hand in the relationship. It could be marriage, it could be, you know, getting to know each other. Usually, when someone meets someone in the diaspora, right?
Yeah.
Who has shown interest in him, in her. Let me use a lady. And you like, hey, me di bet. No, jackpot, I hate it. And then you're here saying that no man is obligated to take care of a woman when they are not married. But then again, you stated the fact that you can't be stingy as well. And most of these women enter this relationship with that at the back of their head that she has scored financial points. Your best sending is dollar kakra, euro kakra, pounds kakra. So assuming you have a son that has come to you, hey, Papa, I've met this woman here via Instagram or Facebook, and I have interest in her, but then I want to get to know her as well. What would you say to him when it comes to finance?
Okay, so the same principles work across board. I don't believe in distance relationship.
No, before you touch on that, why don't you believe in long-distance relationships?
Because we can't know ourselves when we are distant. It's very difficult to know yourselves when you are distant. Being a pastor, most of the long-distance relationship that I handled, it didn't end well. Have you ever heard this? Me worry na me didn't collaborate no. Asesan. On sesan.
Okay.
Sanotie. But you are not the same space to get to know her better. The Bible said, he will leave, she will leave, and they will cleave, and the two shall become one. So, long distance relationship comes with a lot of trauma. Let me give you an example. I married, a lady came from the US last year, married to one of my sons, and then she went back. She went back. When he calls her, he can't get her. He gets very traumatized. When she calls him, she can't get him. She gets very traumatized. But the last one happened last week. He called me. He was so worked up. He was angry. She said she's going to New York, and I told her, don't go to New York. Pastor, can you imagine that? She's not picking my calls, and now I'm calling her, and her phone is switched off. Pastor, I'm out of this. And he was crying. He was crying. He was on it. Not knowing the lady wanted to surprise him. She's actually coming to Ghana. Didn't tore pictures, destroyed things. Only to wake up the next day and then somebody knocks at the door. Surprise! Here she is.
Well, why she asking?
So sometimes I feel like if there's a distance relationship, if it will work, there has to be total transparency. My wife, when we met and decided to get married, she had to go to the UK. Now, the mind was she was going to do some work in the UK because she has some work to do in the UK. One of my elders told me that UK boys are hunters.
Ooh.
They don't like they hunt. They jump on
Women.
fresh women from Ghana. They jump. So why did I allow her? And I said okay. But when she was in the UK, virtually we talk almost every moment. Everywhere she is, she'll do a video call. I am here. There was one time she was going to sing with a group of people. Young guys picked him. There were 5 people in the car. She's the only young lady. She was on the phone with me until they got there. When they were doing the song, she was on the she made me aware. When they were done, she got back on the phone with me. They went for dinner before they come. Whilst they were eating, she was on the phone with me. She made me talk to all of them. That is transparency. So you trust the person. Minimi na fufu AP. Why would why? Then you don't want to disclose who you're going out with. It makes long distance relationship very traumatic, painful, and it breaks the hearts of people.
So to the finance.
Yeah, to the finance. I mean, the reason why the women are always excited about long distance is the dollar will come, the euro will come, the pounds will come. So the motive is a little bit sometimes questionable. As a pastor, when a lady comes to say, okay, I met a young man at Apostle Kai or at Labadi, and then he's interested in me, let's pray about it. Beautiful. But I met a young man on Instagram, he's in the UK, US pastor, the Lord has done it. This one, no, let's pray about it.
The Lord's doing.
It is the doing of the Lord. So I've answered you.
I think I got everything in there.
Okay.
Right.
You don't have a question?
No.
Okay, so I want to find out, Prof, do you think it's very healthy for one person to, actually burden with the whole financial responsibility?
I think that, like I said earlier, God brought a woman to help the man. So, but the man should make up his mind that as much as possible, I am going to work hard. I'm going to earn enough to provide for my family. But it is fair for the woman to know that I am in this space to help him succeed. So I don't think it should be a burden, a sole burden on the man. Let's manage ourselves. If you have, it's for us. If I have, it's for all of us. Don't hide. I can tell you a story. A woman whose husband just informed, she said, Minishi, I don't have anything. Please, try. The man squeezed himself, went to borrow money, gave her chop money. The one stepped out of the house, forgot his handkerchief. Then he was coming for it. As soon as he opened the door, the woman jumped on the floor and said, my stomach is paining me just now. My son, the man said, oh honey, please let me take you to the hospital. Oh no, I'll be okay. It's okay, I'll be okay. But I can't leave you like this. So you can go. I'll be okay. Then the man said, no. The man carried her, not knowing. When the man left, said goodbye, she went to bring out all her money. She was counting. Plenty money. She was counting. So as soon as the man opened the door, she jumped on the money.
Yeah.
She jumped on the money on the floor. Okay. That is the nature of certain women. They hide what they have. But like I said, it is better when there is transparency. I don't have, you have. Please help me. Me and my wife, we don't separate. She knows how much. In fact, we share common pin to everything. She knows my momo this thing. She knows my account. She has my account details. Everything. We have business account. We joint own the accounts together. So we signed together. All the money that I put in there, of course. She's working as well. She's working. Few things here. She'll do this. She'll do that. I don't even need to ask her for it. She's coming home. Oh, I bought something. We needed it. I'll call her. We need something. I don't need to send money. She does it herself. It makes the relationship and the marriage beautiful. Whether it is dating, courting, we should be able to show generosity to each other, since that's the person you love.
Okay. Now, there's a third party here. Let's talk about the kids.
Yes.
I know children also come to play when we're talking about finance. So, assuming I'm stepping into a marriage with someone, and yes, we are in the marriage close to 2 years, and along the line, finances become quite tiring. My job isn't going the way it's supposed to be. The lady too is not working at the moment. Should it actually avoid us from making babies at the moment, or should we wait a while before? Should we get financially stable before we start producing kids or children?
Okay, everybody has what they want.
Okay.
There are people when they marry, they say first year want to enjoy our marriage, second year we give birth, and then it continues. But it shouldn't be that you don't want to give birth because you don't have the means. Understand that it's God who provides. It's God who provides. So just make sure you plan for your children. You plan for your children. But then I believe that children, when they come into marriage, it also brings up a responsibility, but it also brings up opportunities, because then you work harder to ensure that you provide for your children. Children are a gift, and they are a blessing to every marriage. So a situation where you will say we will not give birth because we don't have enough, etc. I think that is a little to the extreme. I believe if God bless you with children, accept them, accept it, but plan how many children you want to have. If it's 3, wonderful. If it's 4, wonderful. The mistake people make is that when you get married, it's better to have children early than later, because when you are able to raise the children that early, by the time you get into, as you remember, you marry at the age of 25, okay, you have children by 26. So 26, given the next 20 years, 26, you will be 26 plus 20, you will be 46. So by the time you are 46, your children are 20 years. Okay, 20 years. So by the time you are 60, your children are almost 40. I get me. By that time, they're also working. You are getting. So by the time you are 60 years and 67, where your health, you begin to have problems, your children are working to support you. But when your children are children and you are 60, then your pension money will get exhausted, and you will struggle to raise them. So it's always better financially to give birth early than to delay it.
Okay, that's interesting.
Right. Thank you so much, Prof, for enlightening us this morning. So it is not your sole responsibility, but don't be stingy as well. Buy
some iPhones.
Yes, buy some iPhones and buy some good hair. Valentine is fast approaching. Yes, show your love. Show your love.
Yes.
Let the wigs wig. Yes, and I have the best place for you. So please get.
And don't forget, women love surprises.
Okay.
Yeah,
but some men too are very.
No, we are not.
No, like
creation kind of year last.
But definitely you also have to give to your husband, because some men are also moved by gifts. And when you take them into consideration, they also do more for you. Me, like
there are 5 love languages.
Okay.
There is words of affirmation. There is service. One of them is gift.
Yes.
Like gift, just like it's
enlightens the environment.
That is it. So sometimes what I do, I go behind my wife, talk to her seamstress. Has she sent any dress to you that she says she's interested?
Okay.
They say yes, there are a couple of them, but she doesn't have. She hasn't brought them. I said, okay, do this one for her. So by the time she woke up, the next is hung in the wardrobe.
But man of God, it looks like today we are just rally behind the ladies alone. But the guys too, we come to play.
Oh,
So they should take us into consideration.
They should.
Enough of
But
the boxers and
women
the
are built to enjoy man's money.
Okay.
We are
Yes.
built to enjoy your wealth.
did.
Yeah.
Extend it to us. Allow us to enjoy. Thank you so much,
Pray.
Prof. What will be your last words?
My last word is I believe that things that make marriage and relationship work, they are very simple.
Yeah.
They don't, it's not the bigger things. Sometimes men, we think in ways of big, that I'm waiting until I break through, then I'll do something. But a lot of times, the little things speaks louder.
Right. Thank you so much, man of God.
You're welcome.
We still have some celebrants in the month of January, and today is the birthday of Prophet Enoch Elson. And so happy, glorious birthday to you. Thank you so much for being a blessing unto me and many others that are in your camp. God bless you, God elevate you, God lifts you high, and God anoints you more. So it's World Prof Enoch Elson's Day, and so happy birthday to you. God bless you and make you great. Many thanks to Z's Nails and Beauty for this beautiful hair that I'm wearing. It's Valentine's season, it's fast approaching, and Prof has said it, women love gifts. One of the ways that you can get to us is by giving us this good hair. You know, it is very quality and affordable. And so link up with Z's Nails and Beauty Hair Mama to plug you one of the best wigs that you want, any type of wig at all. She got you covered. The details will be on the screens, location and numbers. Contact her and let her be your plug.
All right, so before we wrap it up, let's just talk about Zongo Day happening tomorrow at Ashaiman exactly at 2 p.m. I don't know where you're going to be, where you're going to spend your time tomorrow. So please, if you can come in, make your way to Ashaiman Asensuba Roundabout. That is where we are having the launch of Zongo Day. And yes, as you've seen the sponsors, we have a Bell Beverage, Bell 7 Star, and also Azar Paints coming on board to Savannah Paints, yes, you know, helping us and making sure that we have a very good production. So please and please again, make your way to Ashaman tomorrow if you want to see myself, Nane Channel, and the entire production full of dancing just for the launch of Zongo Day happening very soon on Shobiz TV. Thank you so much to our executive producers, our producers, and the entire team. Make sure you're following us on all our social media platform. Get yourself the latest happening right here in Ghana. And of course, again, thank you so much to Prophet Moses from Family Altar, yes, ministry, yes, at East Legon. Just go there, go fellowship, and meet the man of God right there. He's going to, you know, counsel you anything you need to know with the Word of God relationship. He's very open for that conversation. My name is JK, and I did this with
Nana Echan. It is weekend, and so make sure that whatever you're doing, you're taking good care of yourself. We want to meet you on Monday in better and higher spirits, and you can't wait to come your way.